What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tyra, and I'm coming back at you again with another video. Today's video is another Greek inspired video, and we are going to learn all of the ways you can save money to pay your dues.
That's right. Hey. Tyra, the creative. That's right. The creative.
Okay, guys, we're not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right to the point. You guys are here because you want to know how you can save money to pay dues for the sorority or fraternity you want to join. Let's get right into the video. So first, I want to just clarify the difference between your initiate dues and fees and your membership dues and fees. So the initiate dues and fees are the things that you pay when you are joining the organization that you are trying to join. And the membership dues are what you pay on a yearly basis or semesterly, however your chapter of whatever org you are joining does. That's when you pay it. But the membership dues are an ongoing thing, and the initiate dues are only paid once. It's like the application fee and all of the onboarding stuff that you have to do. That's where most of those fees are going towards. So you guys already know this, but your girl is a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And when I was joining Delta, I honestly did not know it was going to happen when it did. Like I said in my Journey to Delta Land video, we were a reactivation line. So there were no Deltas on campus to be like, hey, you better have your money. Hey, you better do this, or whatever the case may be. There was no one to tell us a line may be coming soon. So we just saw the flyer and we were like, okay, and we had to have that money soon. Now, if you know a lot about D9, and that's specifically the group of orgs that I'm going to be talking about, D9. We put up a flyer and we say, hey, here's our informational, be there or be square, whatever. And normally you are going to be initiated into that organization the same semester that you see the poster posted, or the next semester in some cases. So you got to have that money pretty fast. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 ways to make sure that you have the money that you need when you need it. Before I tell you guys the first way, I would say to have $1,500 saved up. Tyra, why I gotta have so much money saved up? Personally, when I crossed, my amount that I had to pay was not that, but I have talked to a couple of people, and their amount that they had to pay whenever they joined their organization was more than $1,500. I'm kind of giving you guys like an average between the two. And on the higher end, from the people that I talk to that are paying $1,500 to $2,000, they are also paying for their national convention or regional convention, different things up front so they can just go after they cross. Now, Tyra, I don't know how I'm gonna make this $1,500 for next semester. Boom, I got you. So the first way that I have for you guys is to get a job. I know most of you guys are in college. That's why you're here on this video. So get a job. Most college towns have a lot of jobs. You can wait tables, there's delivery jobs, you can work at Pizza Hut. If you wanna work retail, you can work retail. Literally just go on Craigslist, Indeed, Glassdoor, all of those kind of things, and find a job. These days, BA work is actually pretty popular in a lot of states, and BA work is brand ambassador work, and they pay you between $15 to $20 an hour to stand up and say, hi, here's your free stuff. For brands like Coca-Cola, Sprite, T-Mobile, Sprint, all of these big brands pay top dollar for you to just stand around and give out free stuff at events. I actually have a video about this on my channel, so if you want to know more about BA work, make sure that you click the video here, and it'll tell you all that you need to know to get started. It'll show you where to go to find work in your area, and you can make a lot of money in a little bit of time being a BA depending on where you live in the United States. Tip number 2 would be to charge for your skills. I know everybody is good at something, and this is an area where I could have done better when I was in school. If you do hair, if you draw, if you do photography, if you make clothes, graphic design, if you do nails and eyebrows and stuff, literally anything, you can make money because, for one, you're in college. You have a slew of people that need your services for something. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm looking to get my eyebrows done or my hair done, I'm not trying to leave campus. I don't want to go out into the real world. I want to stay on campus, and I want to say to my best friend, hey, you know anybody that do hair for the low-low? Girl, yeah, I know somebody to do hair for the low-low. Lala in room 204 do hair for the low-low. And then there you go. That's money right there. And a lot of people don't really think about being a freelancer or offering those types of services, for one, because because they're not going to school for that kind of stuff. But keep that in your mind. Like, you can make a lot of money, and it's probably going to be an open market, and you're going to get your name out there. There's also different freelancing websites like Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com, where you can put a service online to reach a bigger market of people and get paid for that as well. The third way to save money for your dues would be to save money. So there are a lot of apps these days. I personally do not use them in this day and age, but if I had them back when I was in college, I think I would have really appreciated them. So there are these apps that you can sync to your bank account. And every time you spend money at a store, it will round up to the next dollar. So when you round up to the next dollar, like let's just say you spent $1.50, it'll round up to $2 and it'll take that 50 cents and it'll put into a savings account for you. You can make this little money pool or nest egg or whatever. You can name it like Delta Dues money or something like that. So you can always keep up with how much money you have saved just from spending money. Now, the only thing about this is make sure you're not overdrafting your account, because some of these apps don't have like no setting to where it won't overdraft for you spending. So just keep in mind of that. I know of two of them. There's one called Acorns and there's one called Capital, and you can set it to your goal and you can also set it to how much you want them to take out. My fourth tip would be to use your financial aid, boo. Y'all in college, y'all know y'all get a refund check. Now I'm gonna clarify. If your refund check is from a loan, don't use it. Send it back. We don't need that over here. But if you are getting a refund check, or some people call them overage checks, then use that money to put in your savings account and use however much of it you need to pay for the dues and the initiate fees for the organization that you are looking to join. When I was in college, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I blew that money every single semester. The good thing is the flyer went up at the beginning of the semester. So that was before I got my refund check. So for the semester that I did cross, I didn't just blow that money. I set it aside because I knew I was gonna have to have a lump sum of money to pay to this organization that I wanted to join. Use your financial aid refund check for feeding yourself, room and board if you don't live on campus, and investing in your future. So joining this organization is definitely an investment in your future, because like my organization, Delta Sigma Theta, it is a lifetime commitment, okay? And my tip number 5 would be to ask for a sponsor. There are so many people that hit me up on Instagram and say, oh my God, how much is it gonna cost? How am I gonna get this money? What am I gonna do? I can't get a job because I'm a double major, dual enrollment student and I take 700 credits a semester. Okay, boo. Well, if you ain't got no time to do nothing extra, then definitely ask for a sponsor. 9 times out of 10, legacies be getting sponsored. I'm not a legacy, so I didn't have anybody in my immediate family that was like, oh my gosh, I want to pay for all of your Delta stuff. Here's all my money, 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 money. I ain't had nobody like that. But 9 times out of 10, if you're a legacy, you can just ask your mama or your grandma or aunt or whatever, hey, they're about to have rush. Get your checkbook together so we can, you know, pay these dues. But you can also ask a mentor, businesses. You can ask your advisor, like depending on if these people are familiar with the organization that you are trying to join. So if your advisor is in the organization or in one of the other D9 organizations, you can say, hey, I really don't have any other options. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And even if they can't sponsor you in money, they can sponsor you in knowledge and point you in the right direction to make sure that you are getting the money and everything else that you need to join this organization. You can get a sponsorship from anyone, somebody that is already in the organization, an alumni member, someone who is in the chapter that you are planning on joining. Like if your sister or a cousin or someone joined before you, ask them for a sponsorship. I know that may be kind of hard because y'all in college, but you know, it don't hurt to ask. The worst thing they can say is no. And the way I would go about it as a whole, asking for a sponsorship, if it's not a family member or someone I really know really well, I would write them a letter. I would say, hey, my name is Tyra. I'm looking to join this illustrious sorority. Can you sponsor me? Tell them why you would like to join, how they have made an impact in your life, and how much you would appreciate that sponsorship, those types of things. Make them feel real good and then ask them to empty their pockets. You can also ask your parents for a sponsorship. Hey mom, I'm joining this organization. It's a huge investment. I'm super excited about it. It will really make a difference in my life. Could you please sponsor me? Could you please help me out with at least half of the cost, a third of it, or whatever the case may be? Now, the only caveat with that, let's say your mama is an AKA and you trying to be a Delta. 9 times out of 10, she ain't gonna pay for that. Personally, I would not do that to my daughter, especially if it's something that I knew that she wanted and she was really serious about doing it. I would invest in her and her college experience. So I just wanted to put that out there, that sometimes people really be saying like, if my kid joins an organization that I'm not in, I'm not paying for it. And they make them work for the money to make sure that they really, really want it. But if they wanted to be in the organization that I'm in, okay, here, I'm going to give you this little pass on the money and stuff like that. Don't let that deter you. Still ask for them sponsorships, because like I said, the worst thing they can say is no. Make sure that you are asking for the sponsorship ahead of time. Like, don't wait until when the money is due. Even if you don't know when a flyer is coming up, think about people that you would want to sponsor you now. Just make sure that you foster those relationships so when the time does come, you can just reach out to them and be like, hey, I really could use a sponsorship. So those are all of my tips for you guys. I'm pretty sure that you can use 1, 2, or 3 of them to help you out to get this money. Like I said, save $1,500. I think that's a good minimum. It may be a little less, it may be a little more, but that'll be a good starting point for you to have when you go to the informational and they do tell you the exact amount. Now, sometimes you can go to an informal meeting, or like at my school, we had mixers and MPHC informationals where all of the orgs are there, and you can ask for a ballpark estimate. Hey, how much would you suggest I save up for joining Delta or joining AKA or joining your organization? How much should I have in the bank? A ballpark range. You don't have to give me a real amount, just give me a ballpark. And 9 times out of 10, they will give you a ballpark estimate in those settings. And the reason they can't give you the full amount is because they don't know it. They literally don't know it until they get all of the information from their organization when they're about to bring through new members. So they can only give you an estimate based off of what has been done in the past. So just keep that in mind as well. Now I'm going to give you one more tip. If you haven't heard anything about the org that you want to join, coming back to campus or bringing through a new line or whatever the case may be, just pay attention to their patterns. Sometimes there can be a pattern like this organization only accepts new members in the spring, or they only do fall lines, or whatever the case may be. It's different for every school and every org, but if you notice a pattern, just try to anticipate that so you know when to start saving. But I say start saving day one. It's never too early to start saving. Well, you guys, those are the 5 tips I have for you to help you save money for the Greek organization that you would like to join. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it very informative. If you like these types of videos on my channel, be sure to give it a like. That really helps my channel out a lot. And if you have any questions, comment them down below, and I'll be sure to get back to as many of you guys as I possibly can. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below and turn on your notifications so you can get all of the alerts anytime your girl posts any new content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.